All right. So the next one that I actually enjoy the most in this environment is what's considered managing accounting periods. And the reason why I like this is because when you go through and you close out periods, the biggest hurdle I faced in the past was going through and starting to do my closing process and having someone go in there and post something to AR, post something to AP, and going, wait a minute, that is not the number I had. What happened? And having to go back and try and figure out why it changed, what changed, and who changed it, so that one, we can use it as a coaching opportunity to not do that going forward because you posted it as the wrong period or whatever it may be, but then be able to kind of rectify my reporting so I can finish in my closing process. Within NetSuite, there is the concept of managing accounting periods. And depending on what bundles or what settings are set up in their environment, this checklist that I'm going to show you is going to change. It could be very streamlined for someone that is just out of the gate financials. They don't want all the fluff of intercompany. They don't want all the fluff of handling like standard costing or some of those other more intricate elements of a closing process. They want just the standard out of the box, close the AR, close the AP, close everything, and close the period down. You could have both, right? Depending on your settings. This environment has a lot. So you're going to see that I have a whole bunch of different, different tasks that are going to be assigned when I go through a closing process. The three big important ones are these guys right here. So you have lock AR, lock AP, and lock all. What this allows the controller or whoever's going to be managing that closing process to do is they could go in here, they could lock AR, lock AP, and anyone that posts a transaction that would otherwise hit AR or AP, it would post the most current period or whatever the setting is that they set up in their environment, instead of posting it to the period that that controller is working on to close out. Leaving this lock all unlocked allows them to then make their closing entries at the end of the month. They could go in here and say, okay, I know no one's going to be posting to ARAP, but I can still go make my month-end closing journal entry, post that without any hiccups or any limitations, and then continue moving forward. So I know confidence in my numbers, no one else is altering behind the scenes that I'm not going to catch after the fact, or they're going to slip through the cracks. These three options, once they're closed, expose the rest of them. And you can see here, there are a whole mess of different options here with resolving date period mismatches to ensure that everything is hitting the balance sheet and the P&L the way it's supposed to, or reviewing negative inventory. If for some reason the setting is turned on that they could go negative, this allows for them to go in and review the negative inventory. The big one that I always enjoy is implemented intercompany transactions. And the reason why I like this specific checklist option is that if you guys are doing intercompany transactions and you guys are selling to one subsidiary and vice versa, you don't have to worry about going in and doing it manually. You go through this process, you'll click on this option here, it'll open up the task, you'll mark the task at process, run intercompany elimination, it'll do all that for you, and then you close it out, you're done. It's a very streamlined process and allows for the individuals that are managing this closing process to become more efficient, along with being able to focus on maybe some other things that are out there that they would otherwise be distracted with this month-end close process. The other thing that we've also seen in regards to this is streamlining that process allows for that closing period to be closed down quicker. So instead of it taking, in the past, I know closing processes for companies I've seen have been like 14 days. Take it from 14 days down to 10 or down to 8. And it allows for them to clean it up quicker and really focus on other things compared to having to worry about what that closing process is going to be and babysitting it throughout the duration of that time frame.